And there's another million to come, but we won't see a penny unless they have 10 conditions. First of all, we have to have male teams playing, and it has to be more than 90 games for the year.
Our national team, are you talking?
No, we're just talking about any male competition.
Okay.
You have to have male competition,
Good.
female competition, youth competitions in two age, your national teams, meaning your A national team, your female team, your youth national team, they all have to play a specified amount of games. Because if you don't play that, then you can kiss that other million goodbye. So
you guys are tasked once again.
That's right. So it underscores the point that FIFA drives development from a central position, and they're using their money to make sure that compliance is there. So we at the Federation now, fortunately, we already had the first project that dealt with the youth tournament.
Right.
So now it's continuing that, because now there's another requirement that you have to meet. So I think we're doing pretty well with the male side. I'm not sure how far we are with the female and the not, but it puts the pressure on for us to make sure that we continuously have national competitions.
Excellent.
So those are some of the things that we have to contend with, and to make sure that we meet all the specifications and the reporting requirements for them.
Mr. Davis and Mr. Penny, I'll have to have you guys come back. I mean, half an hour just blew by us, and I know that you have a lot that you wanted to share with us tonight, and maybe the next time I have to give you guys an hour, so you can really, because we are just touching the surface of what is going on. But Belize, isn't it great from what you're hearing tonight when it comes to the kind of money that will be spent in our country for the development of football? You know, for years we talk about football not moving, it's not moving, it's not going in the right direction. Well, now the financing are there. The people that see that the distribution of these financing are technical people, they are professional people. And so I think that what we have in the Football Federation of Belize building right now, we have professional people that are tapping into the resources. And you just heard Mr. Davis said that, they're tasked, they have to have certain criteria for those money to be distributed to Belize. It will not just be given to Belize. There are a ton of things that comes with it, requirements from FIFA and these guys.
I just
They're
want
getting
to
the
add
job done.
one last thing before we close in, that the Federation right now is doing good. We're an example to the region.
Can I say the best is yet to come?
Yes. And why I say that is because we attend summits abroad, and the majority of countries in the Caribbean and even some in Central America are not on par with us now. So it's showing the difference that this executive committee of the FFB is working. So
Right.
when you look at the parity, Belize is at another level now. First, we used to be, like Mr. Davis says, 10 years before we were way back, but now we're ahead.
No, the race was not for the swiftest.
Correct. So
Well, we have to have the results on the pitch now.
Right.
Correct.
And you
That's
know
the
what?
next level.
That will come. That will come. Mr. Davis, I'll have to ask you for your closing comments.
My closing comment is that I think the district associations have to continue the work to make sure that they use the regional office, coordinate with central to make sure that we do more football. They have to get also in place the structure that the reporting flows more smoothly and more quickly. And the more we strengthen the administrative side of things, the better things are going to be. And I think we will see much better results administratively.
Great. Mr. Pena, your closing comments.
I would just like to say that the Federation has moved a lot in 1 year, thanks to the support that comes from the executive committee. They have given us the liberty to carry on with our duties without much interference and without a lot of input in telling you do this, do that, do the next. So we have the liberty to work at ease and to carry out our duties. So that is one of the things that we have. And when it comes to football nationally, we're going to add on the U10, the U13 tournaments,
Great.
structured tournaments.
Very good.
And right now we're moving into the inter-district. So you'll see a lot more football playing, like Mr. David said. And also with the working of referees, we have to have a segment only for referees.
Yes.
So that we can
Yes. Sure. Sure.
that is being done behind the scenes presently.
I will have you and
So-
Mr. Quilling come back, or you and Mr. Davis, or whoever if Federation sent. I will accommodate you guys.
We'll be happy to. So all we want is for Belize to support us in what we're doing. We know there is a lot of people, a lot of money is at the Federation. But you have to understand that the money is already earmarked.
Yes.
And
You cannot
that is where the
divert.
difference is.
Nothing can be diverted.
Correct. So the money is already earmarked, and we cannot go. Anybody that knows finance knows that you cannot take from one budget to complete another, take from this and say we'll put it back, because it doesn't work like that.
All right, we already have our guests here in the green room waiting for their segment. So I want to say it was a pleasure to sit between Mr. Davis and Mr. Pena. And like I mentioned earlier, we will have you guys come back because we have only touched the surface. On that note, what we'll do, we'll take a break. When I come back, I'll be joined by Mr. Dean Flowers and Mr. Cruz Gomez. We'll be back.
In honor of moms everywhere, enjoy these special savings from Central TV and Internet. Get 1 month free service when you sign up for cable or internet and 1 month free Diba 3 rental when you bundle. Want to give mom an extra special package this Mother's Day? Participate in our Next Gen Mom photo contest. Join the Next Gen family today and let's celebrate mom together. Some restrictions apply. Next Gen, powered by Central.
The national channel brings country. Watch the. Follow us on our
strong reputation. I do my art modeling, include library.
If you want a better place,
Argentine be making their first journey inside Duran Bandits.
show it.
Getting out and the muzzle off my face, breathe. Never had a doubt of the life that I'm making.
If you think that game for you, NEBL semifinals game 3 will be going down this Friday at 9 p.m. inside the Sacred Heart Auditorium when out at Chris Fraser Brown. You got to be there.
Please bank mobile point pure and to check your other all statements. Initiate the ATM or easier. Bank load the frick our
Season of the most
excited for finale.
Segment of our show tonight. Remember the number for you to call, or if you just want to join in the discussion, as you want to thank him for staying with duties, and he cannot be with us to know his face. He's no stranger to sports talk.
That we for the second Corozal, Balmopan. Right? Of Independence, they will be playing against FC Sam Athletic Maverick Cayo, Los CG Sugar Boys, Orange Wax, Assassin San Pedro, Lakers Benke, Juventus FC Balmopan versus Team.
Mentioned San Pedro, and I'm not sure if San Pedro was there in the last National Amateur League Championship. I'm not sure.
No,
is this the first time that San Pedro will be representing?
Last year, we only had 16 teams participating in the inter-district. We had provision that we will have 2 teams of each region, right? So San Pedro is a region within the Belize District Football Association.
Okay.
So they have 2 teams. Last year, they only had 1. This year, they're having 2 teams participating out of their tournament in San Pedro.
So a lot of football. We are just about to conclude the PLB closing season. The championship series starts this weekend, and so they have 2 weekends of football remaining in the PLB, and then we move, and then to have the National Amateur League Championship starting just before that. I mean, a lot of football is being played in the country of Belize. But Mr. Pena, where does the federation want to see the National Amateur League Championship goes? Will that league be used as a relegation league, maybe somewhere in the future? Because Belizeans are saying that they think that is one way we should go, and maybe even cut the amount of teams that play in the PLB to 6 teams, so that the PLB can be even a stronger league.
Well, when it comes to the inter-district, we presently have a void within where the first division level is and where the PLB is. There's a void in between. And we're looking at maybe with proper planning and consultation that this inter-district might fill that void. So that when it comes to the PLB, you can have the relegation system. Now, in the tournament regulations for the PLB, it states about a relegation system. However, in order for the FFB to promote a relegation system between the inter-district and the PLB will take some time. Because while we want that, the teams in the inter-district need to be financially viable.
Right.
It's not
very
you just
important.
win and then you play a relegation and you say you win and then you cannot make it. Because to run, everybody knows that to run a team in the PLB takes about 200,000 or more for a season. So that's one of the challenges any team might have. So at this point in time, while we would like to, we don't see that the teams in the inter-district can sustain being in the PLB or playing a relegation at this point in time.
And so when we look at relegation, and Mr. Gamis, you could jump into our discussion at any time you feel like, when we look at relegation, to go that way, we must be fully structured, both financially and both and areas where the team can meet the demands if they happen to make it up into the higher league.
We've had examples in the PLB, whereby in Orange Rock we've had two clubs that came in and represented, and for the first opening season, they had to drop out because of finance. So finance is one of the biggest things. And to get to the PLB, you have to meet all the 30 requirements from club licensing. Then you have to fill out contracts for each and every player. Then the salary cap for all the players, because the contract comes with how much you will pay.
Yes.
And then the PLB, the last team that entered was San Pedro. There was a $10,000 security deposit, so that if the event you fell out or dropped out of the tournament, there's that money to back up the rest of teams to finish. Or, they have the money available to use.
Right.
So those are just some of the things that you need to get into the PLB. Now, what we're also looking at is that we don't have something fully structured at this moment. So we cannot just take the PLB and expose them, because by exposing I mean that if one of the teams in the inter-district wins, then you know that the last two teams will look weak. In fact, they are weak in the PLB. But it doesn't mean that if any team from the inter-district goes into the PLB, that they will be winning, because that's another high level of football. Even if you're coming in second to last or last.
No, what about what I said earlier about, having 6 teams in the PLB that would strengthen the league, because, that is something that I'm hearing on a consistent basis. People that is concerned about football, and they're saying, well, if the PLB decide to go that way, then they can see better games being played. More fans will be coming to the game then. And they have their side. The people out there, they always have their side of how they would want to see things goes. But is there any talk or any?
Well, I can't say for now, but when I was the acting general secretary for the PLB, that's what I was pushing for. 6 solid clubs in the PLB. But that was when I was there. So with the new, as you know, there's a new executive at the PLB. They are autonomous. They run their own show. So I'm not sure what they have in mind.
No, Mr. Gomez. We had a situation that happened last season in the championship series, and it was with the team from Belize City, where their sportsmanship was really non-accepted. I know by the league and by the fans that were out there watching the game. What did the league did to that team from Belize City? What were some of the penalties that was handed down to that team that represented the Belize district?
Last tournament that we did for the Amateur Champions League, we did not organize a disciplinary committee per se.
Okay.
All right, and that was one of our faults for not having that then. However, you know that those were serious offenses that the player committed. Therefore, the sanction that he should have gotten last year or for that tournament will be brought over for this tournament. So his team or the team that he will be, if he is, or any of the players that were involved in that situation, then there will be some sort of sanction for this tournament if they will be participating with any team.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily have to be the Belize City team, but with any team. What we have recommended is that for them to be sanctioned, whatever if you had a direct red, well then get suspended at least one game. So that is one of the recommendations that we have done, for this time. And this year, yes, we have implemented the disciplinary committee so that these issues are then passed on to them for them to make a decision.
Right.
So, but yes, the players, if that was the question, yes, the players will be having some sort of sanction for the beginning of this tournament. They will have to serve their sanction before they can play.
No, what we want our viewers to understand tonight is that what they will be seeing, the quality of football that they will be seeing demonstrated in the National Amateur League Championship is very high quality football, because now you are dealing with champions and sub-champions from each region, and so that only calls for quality football to be played. And the reality is that the National Amateur League Championship, the games, they really bring fans. That game in Orange Walk, I mean, the fan attendance at that game was off the hook. Something that we are not seeing in the PLB. And so it shows that, when quality football is being played, the people, they will respond. The fans, they will respond.
Yeah, each team is responsible to do their own advertisement. So each team is doing their own advertising to attract as much people as possible. And the level is, some games, the level is very high. I mean, if you go to some of the games in Belmopan, Cayo, Orange Walk, and Corozal, even Toledo, Stan Creek, in their district competition, some of the games are very entertaining, high-quality players, and I think that is what we want to start to promote. Now, right now, some of the ads that I have seen on Facebook, they put, like, say, Flames from Cayo. They put Flames Cayo, so now it is becoming a district thing. Maybe Stan Creek coming to Cayo, then it's Stan Creek versus Cayo, so it's promoting more a district competition or inter-district, the inter-district, that the districts, they want to see who is the best. So that is what we are doing. It's a club competition, but they have that thing against that. St. Creek playing Kai or Belmopan playing Corozal, you know, and that is promoting the game more. I think, you know, people want to see, they want to support their local players, and it will be good.
No, and this question is for both of you guys. Is there a restriction when it comes to former player or somebody that, you know, let's say there's a player that played with the Belmopan Bandits midway through the closing season, and he decided he don't want to play with the Belmopan Bandits anymore. Are there restrictions where that player cannot join a team in the National Amateur League Championship to say, well, you know, they want to continue to play football, but then they come down to the lower tier? Is there a restriction when it comes to that?
Yeah, we have eligibility on the regulations.
Okay.
We are not, or the Interdistrict does not allow any PLB player to play at this level, at this league for now, right? What we want to do is we want to showcase the talent that we have at that level. Right? We want to showcase that talent. So we are restricting that no PLB player will participate in the tournament. Another point as well is that we are trying to maintain the same local players within their district, within their region. Right? So like, for example, the Flames from Cayo, they should present the same team that they won the championship with.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Reinforcement with 6 players, but the 6 players should be within their area, within the Cayo Football Association area.
Okay.
Right? They should not
Like
be
that.
able to go to Corozal and bring a player from Corozal. Should be from right within their area. And so those are some of the restrictions. Why? Because we want to promote the local players in the area. They have worked, they have participated in their local tournament, and it's just right for them to showcase themselves nationally.
No, Mr. Pena, will the same officials that officiate and the assistants will be the same contingent of officials that will be running the officiating aspect of the National Amateur Championship?
Yes, they will. It will be the same cadre of referees that we have that officiate at the PLB level. Those are the same referees that officiate at the NAL, which is the National Amateur Women's League. They are the same referees that referee at the District Association level. And now those will be the same referees that will be working at the NALC.
And I like that, because the more game situation you get, the better your performance should be.
And what we're doing also is assessing each game. Each game will have a referee assessor, because what we are doing now is assessing each referee. It doesn't matter which level. First, we only used to have it at the PLB, but now we have it down to other levels within the football competitions.
Okay, great. Well, we are just out of time here with our show tonight. And so I'm excited about everything that I'm hearing tonight. And remember, folks, that the National Amateur League Championship starts this weekend. So if a game is playing in your area, we want you to come out and support the players, support your team. Mr. Gamis, your closing comment.
I just wanted to add that the Football Federation of Belize is assisting each of these teams financially, because we are assisting them with the payments of referees. We are assisting them with the payments of commissars. We are assisting them with some sort of transportation stipend, and we are assisting them with football. So the federation is actually assisting them so that they can cut down their costs whenever they travel or when they play home. So that is something that the executive and with the approval of the president, Mr. Chuk, we decided to assist these teams to get them going.
Very good. Very good, Mr. Penny. Your closing comments.
I just want to tell all football fanatics, all Belizeans in their district to come out and support their club representative. The tournament is looking favorable. We already see fans asking or can't wait for the games to start. So it's going to turn out to be a very good tournament. So we're asking that everybody come out and support your team in your district.
Excellent. And I want to acknowledge my team for tonight. We have Marconi Leal, the guy that is on camera tonight. We have Keith McMillan. He's doing the graphics for us tonight. We have Arturo Paulito, our program director, Devon Waters, our master controller, and Kenny Lam, who is in charge of audio and telephone. No call tonight, but yes, Kenny job just got a little bit easier tonight. On that note, I want to say thanks to all my guests that appeared on the show tonight. It was a pleasure to have them here in studios tonight. On that note, I want to say God bless you. Continue to enjoy your Wednesday. Don't overdo it.